And we're locked in again. NFL Locked In Picks Week 5 with my cousin Dave via the Locked In Satellite Radio. How are you doing, my man?
Doing great, Cuzzo. Week 5. This season's flying by in a good way. It's been like a really entertaining NFL season. It's points galore, wide receivers, running backs, fantasy, quarterbacks. It's been a good week.
It has. Your hair looks good all the way from over here.
Thank you. I sent you a picture earlier.
Oh. All right. So let's dive right into it. We had a great week 4, by the way. Great
We
week 4.
did. I was gonna say I'm gonna just call it out. I was lucky. My locked in upset pick of the week, the Titans beating the Eagles and to win in overtime, kind of at the buzzer. I feel good about it.
You almost got me scared when you said Patrick Mahomes is going to lose to Denver because I had Mahomes, and it almost came to fruition, but Mahomes is a superstar.
He is. He's probably him and Jared Goff, both undefeated, both young quarterbacks. They are the leading MVP candidates right now. And let's see if you have both teams winning this week. You might be surprised with a couple of my picks.
All right, well, here we go. Let's start off week 5 locked in NFL picks. We have the Colts and the Patriots. Do you want me to take it away, or do you want the first dibs?
Nope, I'm a pass first point guard. You take it away.
Ah, that's so nice. I have the New England Patriots and Tom Brady winning this game.
I think I said this to you before. Is Tom Brady the quarterback of this game?
The GOAT, you mean? I'm pretty sure.
Is Bill Belichick coaching this game?
I think so.
Okay, I'll take them.
Okay, we're in agreement right there. Patriots over the Colts. Next is a tough one, though. It really is. The Falcons and the Steelers. I'm passing to you, my man.
Oh wow, this could be. Some people thought before the season it was a Super Bowl preview. Now it's what team can maybe make it to the playoffs preview. Whoever loses this game, and I know I don't want to be super early, oh my gosh, kind of a thing. I honestly think the loser of this game is out of the 2018 playoffs. I really do. It's that big of a game. This team burns me all the time. They're at home. They got a lot of talent. I'm going with Ben Roethlisberger, Antonio Brown, and the Pittsburgh Steelers winning a 38-35 shootout.
Isn't it crazy how they both may not make the playoffs? So you just said if either one of them lose. Did not think this. I had the Steelers going to the Super Bowl before the season, so obviously I did not see this one coming. But I actually am with you on this one because it's at home. It's an emotional
Yep.
team. They obviously, if the crowd affects them, I have been the experienced Hall of Fame quarterback playing to the home crowd in a tight game, maybe the Pittsburgh Steelers. So we're in agreement, 2 for 2.
Okay, sounds good. Hey, when you usually if you pick the Patriots and Steelers at home, you do pretty good in life, right?
Yeah, I would think so. But all right, you want me to say the next game for you?
Sure. Take it
We
away.
have my Giants, who are with the impressive 1-3 record, versus the Panthers. Who do you have winning that one?
I thought about this back and forth. I actually almost took an upset, but sometimes in life you play it safe. You don't get the large on the combo value meal. You just play it, get the medium. I'm taking the Panthers, Cam Newton, Christian McCaffrey at home to beat the Giants. 24-10, 27-13 in that range.
If I were to just tell you 1-3 versus 2-1, and the 2-1 has a better quarterback, I would pick the 2-1 team. So I'm going with the
Makes
Panthers
sense.
as well.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, I'm gonna jump to the AFC. This is a cool game. I like this. This is a game if you want to take a minute and go back and forth with. We can. Denver Broncos from a Monday night football game, West Coast going east against the New York Jets. Sam Darnold, our quarterback, our young quarterback that we love, our rookie. Who do you have winning this game? This is an interesting one. I want your take. Denver Broncos versus the New York Jets.
This is a very interesting one, like you just said. Sam Darnold, the young, rising quarterback, who we think is the quarterback of the future. But I
Yeah.
actually am going to take Denver. They just lost a really close game that they had the lead on. They have a chip on their shoulder. Even though it's like a close game back-to-back, Denver with an elite defense with a rookie quarterback. After a tough loss, I have the Broncos coming back, playing hard, giving the rookie quarterback some trouble, taking the Broncos.
Max, do you hear it? Do you hear that? Wait,
Uh,
Do you hear it? I hear an upset.
there we go. Upset. Denver
Ups-
Broncos.
no, the New York Jets, Sam Darnold, with those things, Denver's the better team. And I say this all the time. My analogy is if they play this game 100 times, I have Denver winning 97 of them. But this week, I think the Jets, everyone think, they got beat by the Jaguars and they're not as good as what they are. I think they are going to be close to a playoff team. I think they're going to go on a little run. They're at home. Denver is finally out of Denver. They're coming to the East Coast. It's at 1 o'clock, so it's kind of like 10 o'clock their time. They just played on Monday night, a heartbreaking loss for the Chiefs. I'm telling you, it's one of those things that doesn't make sense. That's why it makes sense. I got the Jets upsetting the Denver Broncos.
I could see that. I really could see that. I do think the Jets are going to go on a run as well. It's a tough one. They're the favorites to win this game, but I will go with the upset. So that is our first disagreement of the night. I have the Broncos. Dave the Wave has the Jets. Okay, let's dive into the next one, Dave.
All right. Pretty solid game here. NFC North, Green Bay Packers on the road versus the Detroit Lions. Who do you got?
Is Aaron Rodgers playing?
He is.
He is playing. The Packers.
Yeah.
I have the Packers.
I'm with you. You know how I feel about Matt Stafford, the most overrated, overpaid player in the National Football League. I got Green Bay. It's just that easy. It's the Aaron Rodgers. Green Bay needs to put some wins together because the NFC is so stacked. You can't go 500. You can't go under 500 for the first half of the season and make a run in the second half. So many teams have so many wins. The Bears, the Panthers, you're just saying that could have a third win. There's just so many. The West, how about the Rams undefeated? Packers need to start gathering wins.
Dave.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure. Okay, look, I know we disagree with this whole Matt Stafford contract. That's a battle for another day and will continue to be a battle for days to come. But I'm pretty sure Matt Stafford does not have the worst contract in the league anymore. He's not the highest paid quarterback. And the two that are not as good as him. Well, actually, that's not true. Jimmy Garoppolo is. But isn't the other one, is it Kirk Cousins?
Kirk Cousins is Matt Stafford is probably, not guaranteed, but probably better than Kirk Cousins. That's a great point. But you have an ice cream sundae. I will overpay for the cherry. Every Minnesota set, 2 awesome receivers, a great tight end, Dalvin Cook as the running back, a great defense. All they need is a quarterback, and they have some young players that are underpaid, so overpay for the quarterback, and they only gave him a 3-year deal.
No, I see your point. I do. So I was just trying to show you
that Detroit had an awful surrounding cast, and instead of saying, hey, Matt, we need you to take a little bit less money or wait a year or two and we'll give you mega money and try to get a good team around you, they're like, hey, we don't have a great team and we're going to overpay you right now. So now we're stuck. We can't even afford players. I'm telling you, I didn't like it from the get-go and I don't like it now, but I get what you're saying.
I'm about to say, yeah, I hear your point, but they would have been even worse without Matt Stafford. So continuing, we have the Rams and the Seahawks. This may be my 100% locked in. It's a teaser. It's a teaser.
Okay, so who do you have?
The Rams. I have the Rams winning this game. I'm trying to just be calm, not be the prisoner of the moment, because you never know. Upsets in the NFL, that's what makes the sport so great. Anybody can win it any given day. We've seen the Bills defeat, what was it, the Patriots?
No, that was Vikings.
Yeah, the Vikings. Okay, so that was our 100% locked in as well. But that being said, the Rams, we just talked about it, the young quarterbacks, Jared Goff, Sean McVay, an overall better roster. Russell Wilson has to run for his life every night. I'll take the Rams.
Okay. This was another one of those games. You might be like, really? I was 51-49. It's a divisional game, so both teams know each other. Both teams will play each other tough. They're in Seattle. And Seattle, I think they were underrated after those first 2 losses. They lost to a Chicago team that now looks pretty damn good with Mac and MVP candidate Mitchell Trubisky throwing touchdowns all over the place.
Right.
So they're 0-2, but then they won 2 straight, and they're at home. So I was like, man, a divisional game at home. I would usually take the Seahawks. But the Rams are, for one, the absolute best, most talented team in this league. And 2, the big reason why I like them to win this game, close, but I do like them to win, is that they played on Thursday night. So they rested Friday, they rested Saturday, and then they started implementing their game plan a couple days earlier. So now they know how to get the Russell Wilson. They know how to get Robert Woods over on top. I see the Rams winning 27-26, 28-27, something like that. A real close game, but the Rams do pull out this victory.
Well, all that being said, I'm capping off my teaser with 100% locked in the Rams win.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
All right, next we have the Cowboys and the Texans, and you go first.
Okay, this is on Sunday Night Football.
Yes, it is.
Both teams are in Texas. Pretty easy, right? The Cowboys just won their 2-2. Zeke with the performance, the best running back performance probably of the year, maybe last week.
Yeah.
With that all being said, I don't know why. I like the Texans in this game. There's not a lot of I can't give you 18 statistical stats. Nothing about Deshaun Watson. It's more about just Clowney and Hopkins and J.J. Watt being at home. Sunday Night Football. This is like almost the Super Bowl for the Texans because they live in the shadow of the Dallas Cowboys. So I really like the Houston Texans to pull off this victory.
That was an interesting analogy you said, the shadow of the Cowboys. It's a really good point because it means more. This game is not just another game.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Deshaun Watson is definitely a better quarterback than Dak Prescott. He has some good weapons, but not a good O-line. They are the favorite -3. I am in agreement with you. I have the Texans defeating the Cowboys.
Wow, sounds good. I thought we would maybe disagree, but I know you're a Deshaun Watson guy, so I feel good about that. All right, let's go back to the AFC. Let's go to one of the greatest teams ever assembled, the Buffalo Bills versus the Tennessee Titans, who I picked them to beat the Eagles, the defending champions. We got the 3-1 Titans versus the 1-3 Bills. Max, take it away.
Now, Dave, I know you're a Bills guy, and you may be like, you know what? I just have a gut feeling 99 out of 100 times they don't win, but this time they do win. And you'll sit back with a good Mickey D meal and just enjoy the game and be very happy that the Bills won. But I have to rain on that parade because I have the Titans winning this game. I cannot put my faith and trust into the Bills. I like Josh Allen. He may be your quarterback of the future, but I have the Titans as a better overall team and too much for the rookie to handle. I'll take the Titans.
Cuzzo, I have a gut feeling.
I knew it.
I do. Buffalo Bills will upset this Tennessee Titan team. It's just when a team in the NFL is on the highest high and when teams get on the lowest low, that's when you reverse it. That's when you switch. No one thought the Bills would beat the Vikings, and no one has given them a shot this week to beat the Titans, and that's why I like them. I think Tennessee comes off an overtime game. They played an extra 10 minutes of football, which your body's not used to, and now they got to travel south to north up to Buffalo. And I think Buffalo will have everything in line. Josh Allen sneaks out this win in a nasty game, 13-10, 12-9, somewhere in there. Buffalo, major big upset, beats the Tennessee Titans.
All right, there we go. Another disagreement. I have the Titans. Dave has the Bills. All right, the floor is yours. The Raiders versus the Chargers. This is a tough game.
It is. I like this game a lot. The Chargers are my AFC Super Bowl pick going into this season. So I'm sticking with them. I do like the Raiders. The Raiders played really good football this past week. I got the Chargers beating the Raiders in the shootout of the day. I think this is one of those 42-45, 42-39. This will be a great fun game, red zone game, fantasy football. But I got the Chargers winning this football game.
We are in agreement as well because John Gruden is an offensive guy. He obviously likes his quarterback and Derek Carr, all about completions. But getting rid of Khalil Mack has made this defense awful. It's atrocious. So I'm going with the Chargers. I think they will overcome the shootout and they will defeat the Raiders. We are in agreement.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Well, let's go one of the teams that had one of the best Week 4 performances, and that's the Baltimore Ravens.
Yes.
Sunday Night Football, they beat the Steelers. They're 3-1 in their division. They are one of the teams in the AFC this year that can go all the way to the Super Bowl. Patriots are knocked off the mountain, it looks like. Steelers are knocked off the mountain. You think you had trendy teams like the Colts and Texans that were going to take that step up. The AFC is wide open. Baltimore might be one of the best teams in the conference. They go on the road against the Cleveland Browns that just lost a heartbreaker in overtime. Max, the floor is yours. Ravens or Browns?
Now, the Ravens are a weird team because they're so talented, but yet they always play down to their competition and up to their competition. Obviously, we saw this in Pittsburgh when they defeated the Steelers. We both, I believe, had the Steelers winning that game. All that being said, I think the Browns are They may not have the best record, obviously 1-2-1, but the amount of attention they're getting, Baker Mayfield's a star in the league, whether you think he should be or not, he is. He's a talking point, and I think the Ravens understand that, and I think they understand how much gravity this game has. So I have the Baltimore Ravens taking this game seriously, playing up to the competition, and beating the Browns.
Cuzzo, that was one of the most locked-in statements you ever said. That was my sticking point. If the Ravens are one of the most talked-about teams in the whole league, they're not going to make the playoffs this year. They're not a great team, but people talk about them, and rightfully so. They were the worst team for a decade. Looks like they're pretty good. Baker Mayfield's, definitely better than what some people thought. So I agree with you. Just exactly what you said. Baltimore's like, hey, guys, we got to step up for this game. We know Cleveland is good. Great point. Great pick by you. I have Baltimore as well winning this.
Man, you're making me tear up over here. I want to give my upset. Can I do it?
Take it away.
All right.
Yeah.
We have the Jaguars versus the Chiefs. Okay. The Chiefs are 4-0, obviously. Patrick Mahomes went in all-star mode and defeated the Denver Broncos. Say that 5 times fast. Came back and won. I bet it against him before, Dave, and I lost. I bet it with him, and I won. But for some reason, my gut is telling me the Jaguars will figure this out and win the game. You want to talk about what's a Super Bowl? The Jaguars take the Patriots like a Super Bowl, and any team that's undefeated, where it gives them recognition and time to gloat and brag, that's what the Jaguars thrive in. So I believe the Jaguars will win this game, upset of the week.
Wow, okay. No, that's a great game. Some people are even saying this could be an AFC championship preview, the two best teams, maybe the two best records so far in the AFC 1 month in. Hey, sometimes when I see a good thing, I like to ride it. And I'm telling you, Patrick Mahomes, the Kansas City Chiefs, Andy Reid, and this offense, I will ride. Best offense in the league. Right now, the best quarterback playing in the league. They're at home. If they were on the road, I can maybe see this, but I like them at home a lot. I just don't think Blake Bortles can score as many points that Mahomes will score. So I got the Chiefs winning this game 27-20.
It's an interesting point you just said, but here's like my explanation behind it. I don't trust Blake Bortles, but I do trust their defense. Patrick Mahomes, you're not necessarily going to stop him, but if the defense can contain him somewhat, I know the Chiefs do not have a good defense. So although I don't trust Blake Bortles, I think I do trust them somewhat against the Chiefs' defense.
Yeah, I can see it, but chicks dig the long ball. It's all about the offense, Cuzzo.
All right, we also have the Dolphins and the Bengals. Who do you have?
Wow, these are two teams that are 3-1 in the AFC, and absolutely no one thought both of these teams would be 3-1. Maybe one or the other, but
right.
Two teams close lead in their division. I got Cincinnati at home. I'm going with Andy Dalton and A.J. Green. Cincinnati at home will beat the Dolphins 27-20.
We are in agreement. They are the favorite, and rightly so. I have the Bengals defeating the Dolphins, and what you said is really interesting because nobody would have thought both of these teams were 3-1. But here we are. They're competing against each other. The Dolphins will move to 3-2, and the Bengals will go 4-1.
Here we go. Okay, last year's NFC Championship game, we had the Minnesota Vikings heading up to Philadelphia, and that's who's playing this week. Minnesota Vikings on the road against Carson Wentz and the Eagles. Cuzzo, you're taller. Take it away.
Okay, Carson Wentz is playing. They're 2-2. They're the favorites. Where's this game at?
Philadelphia.
My gut tells me the Vikings. My head tells me the Eagles, but I'm going with my gut this time. Call it an upset. I think the Vikings are one of the most well-rounded teams in the NFL. It's one of those other teams that they play really well when they play great competition. They had a tough game against the Rams. Obviously, I voted them to beat the Rams. That didn't happen. But I think the Vikings will come away with the win against the Eagles.
100% agree. I said this in our preview show. Remember the NFC? I did not have the Eagles in the postseason. When you win a Super Bowl, make it to the Super Bowl, there's just something about you not being on edge, something about you playing another month of the sport, something about everyone got a shoe deal, everyone got a book deal, everyone is a champion. Football is about being hungry. I think the Minnesota Vikings are hungry, and so is Kirk Cousins. They barely lost to the Rams, who everyone thinks is the best team in the league, hands down. They played them on a short week in Los Angeles and barely lost. So I think Minnesota's really good. They're really strong. They played Green Bay to an overtime tie. This team is legit. I got the Vikings beating Philadelphia.
All right, we're in agreement. Now, lastly, Monday Night Football.
Well, one more before that. I know it's a horrible game, trust me, but you did miss it.
I
It's
missed
the
a game?
Arizona Cardinals versus the San Francisco 49ers.
Anyway, the Redskins and the Saints, Monday Night Football.
Oh, man, it's bad.
0-4 versus 1-3.
We got fans out there. We got people that want to know. Let's just keep it short and sweet. Cardinals or Niners?
I think the Cardinals win their first win with Josh Rosen.
49ers.
Okay, there we go. There's no Jimmy G, right? He tore his ACL.
Yeah, no, he's out. I just think they're at home, and this is Josh Rosen's first start on the road. So I like the 49ers here. They know the Arizona. They know how they play. Nothing crazy. I think the Niners win 16-13, 17-14 in a close game.
All right, that's another disagreement. I have the Cardinals. Dave has the 49ers. I have the Titans. Wow. Dave, you have the Bills. Looking at the other disagreements, I have the Jaguars. You have the Chiefs. I think for the most part.
I got the Jets, and you got the Broncos. So we got 4 disagreements, our most we've ever had in the locked-in week, but we still have one game left, like you said. Washington Redskins versus the New Orleans Saints. Drew Brees going for the all-time passing record on Monday Night Football. This is it, Cuzzo. Do we disagree again, or do we get locked in together?
I am going to take the guy who's breaking Peyton Manning's record Monday night. I'm going with the Hall of Famer, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, Drew Brees, moving the Saints up to 4-1 by defeating the Washington Redskins.
100% agree. I have the Saints in the Super Bowl, probably winning the whole dang thing. So they're not slowing down anytime soon. They're at home. They're unbeatable. The Redskins do not have the firepower. Drew Brees breaks records, breaks hearts, and gets a W. The Saints win on Monday Night Football.
And there you guys have it, locked in NFL Week 5 predictions. We do this every week. We love the NFL. Download, subscribe to Locked In on all podcast platforms. That could be iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, Locked In. Dave, do you get any hair products in that hair, or do you just want Dunkin' Donuts gift cards?
No, I want Dunkin' Donuts gift card. I have enough hair product here to last me for the next 8 months. And real quick, Max, last 2 months in a row have been our most downloaded months in a row. We're on fire. And just this past week, Island Fights 50, in our episode that we just dropped, Island Fights 50, episode 117, is our most downloaded episode ever in one day. Just want to say thank you to everyone listening. Locked in, man. We're on fire, brother.
We are. Like you just said, now we have October 20th, Clash of the Titans with Mitchell and Anthony Arvello. We are just rolling. So if you guys aren't in the bandwagon, at least run alongside it, because we are moving forward and we are the People's Podcast. So please download, subscribe, 5 stars, leave a comment. And Dave, like always, stay locked in.